5, guys.
Start about 7 minutes or so. Go off sponsors, and then you're pretty much going to have to recap everything from last week since I was not here.
Oh, you know, like,
What?
yeah, my son is probably going to work out. What's up? That's good.
I went on a 5-day cruise. That was my busy time. I didn't make it. So September and
Makes sense.
Okay, so there you go. We'll still turn it up and down. This is better. So we'll leave it on this better. And as it gets darker, we'll look at that.
second quarter in the last drive, middle of the game. Who's your perception? We'll find out later.
That one's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for playing of our national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. All ready? Howard? So good?
Yeah, I think that's the thing I struggled with the most.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another season, week 4 of Gravette Lion Football, brought to you via the live stream from GHSTV and Ryan Letterman. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Ethan McKenzie. Joining alongside tonight will be John Kaiser. First off, we'd always want to give our sponsors a huge shout-out. This broadcast would not be possible without many of our fine sponsors. Those sponsors include Arvos Bank of Gravette, Teasley Drug, H&K Heating and Air, Kim Durham Photography, Builtwell Construction, the Gravette Athletic Booster Club, the Bank of Gravette, Sophie's Boutique, James Scantlin, Realtor with Caldwell Banker, Harris, McHaney, and Fawcett, Grand Savings Bank, Byers Bouquets, Greenheart Realty, Patton Electric, Hart & Surrey Builders, Tough Coat, and Alumni Storage. Ryan Letterman would like to thank each sponsor and wants you to do the same by giving them your business. So here we are in week 4, ladies and gentlemen, 2017 season. Gravette coming into the conference play, opening weekend of conference, hosting the Lincoln Wolves. Last week, hosting the Jay Bulldogs, came away with a 27-7 victory. John, what does that do for a team going into a new season, basically tonight, to start conference play?
Well, a win against an Oklahoma team like that. Jay was a good team. They're a quality team. They're coming at 3-0. And they basically dominated the entire game. They got to win 26-7. Defense absolutely just dominated the whole game. Something I really wasn't expecting of. Jay's an offense, a high-scoring team. They're coming in, having scored less than 35 points all year, and Gravette holds them to 7. That was a huge stand for our defense. Offensively could have done better, but the defense was good enough to make a stand. And at 26-7, we couldn't ask for more.
Right, and as you know, in any sport it is, defense is what's going to carry your team. Defense, any sport you play alongside, whenever I was playing, whatever it was, defense is going to win you championships, and then just other than that, it's going to win you games. So coming in tonight, Lincoln's going to bring a little bit of a look. They're going to try to kind of get out wide. They're going to run in between the tackles. They're going to try to throw it a little bit. So take away what needs to improve from last week. Jay they're a no-huddle team. They like to move quickly. They had a good quarterback that can throw it a little bit. But Lincoln's quarterback can throw it a little bit as well. I was able to tune into a little bit of it last week while I was out of town, and the Gravette defense was able to apply pressure to the quarterback and kind of make him make some errant throws, which was something that we've kind of missed outside of week 1. Week 2, Denver ran the football, so not a whole lot you can really do there other than just kind of stack the box. And so similar to last week, what's Gravette going to have to do to otherwise, get their defense off the field, get the offense on?
Well, they're going to have to make them play behind the chains, and they're going to have to not let them spread the field. That's what Lincoln's going to try to do tonight. The quarterback used to be a running back. He's going to try to run the ball. That's what he's used to. And he's got an arm. The secondary's played good all year, mostly. And I believe if you can really just stop the run, stop the quarterback run, stop the run, I think we will be sound all game. And it's just will the offense be able to play tonight? Will they bring the intensity?
Right, and that's something that Gravette has looked at the first 3 weeks. The offense hasn't quite caught that spark. They'll show flashes of it, and then it's kind of when they go to 3 and outs or help me. Like I said, I wasn't able to tune in for most of the game last week. Were there any of the more 1st and 10 offsides penalties? Was that limited, or are we still committing those silly things that need to be eliminated?
It was early on we were committing them, and then later in the second half it would be late in the drive when we were down the field on them that we would start committing, and we didn't have Chris Choder, so that kind of got us out of field goal range, and we couldn't finish drives off. This week we cannot afford penalties, even though most would say Lincoln might not be the best of opponent, but still you cannot afford those penalties. Prairie Grove next week, you can't keep that going through this week. You got to stop them today, and I can't really say anything else about it. You got to stop.
Right, like we said, it's going to be important now to jump ahead in conference because the next 2 weeks, Gravette's running through the gauntlet of the conference. Basically, Prairie Grove's won it, I believe, 3 years in a row, and P. Ridge, who's been in the state semifinals and the state finals, and Prairie Grove, I believe whatever year that was, 2015, they were in the state finals, and P. Ridge was in the semis, and then last year they kind of flip-flopped. So going against those guys the next 2 weeks on the road at that. Now, it's going to be important now to establish momentum for when they do go on the road, because, you know, Prairie Grove, if you've been following Gravette football long enough, Prairie Grove's been in the conference ever since I can remember. They're going to come out there, they're going to run a lot of counters, they're going to line up in the wing tee, and with that, you have to stay disciplined. And then the next week, they're going to follow up with Pea Ridge. And Pea Ridge has a lot of skill, they have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. I've been able to tune into a couple of the Pea Ridge games and kind of go back and look at them and talk to people who have been around, and they say their skill is one of those that if they get out in space, it can be scary. So that's what Pea Ridge likes to do, and so there'll be a lot of, you know, that's 2 weeks away, but it's funny how they're going to face two different types of offenses, and it's just funny how football works. When you settle that, you went from Boonville, Ozark, spread it out, throw, whatever, you know, move fast tempo. Boonville, let's run a play in each and every time, and let's keep the other offense off the field. And then Jay, let's spread it out, let's throw it. We got a quarterback with a good arm, and Gravette defense stepped up last week, and then this week you're going to have another one. We're going to spread it out. We're going to try to get outside. We're going to run basically some stretch plays, you know, in between the tackles, and try to catch you off guard with the occasional pass. And then next week you go to that. It's just one of those things. Like, how do you prepare for that mentally?
I mean, the spread, I think it's, for Gravette especially, I think it's a little bit easier to prepare for. They play it in practice all the time. Tajay White and Austin Brown spread most of the time anyway. But like under the center and I-pro formations, or, you know, single running back in the backfield, they can't prepare. Like, there's nothing you can prepare for that besides actually really playing the team. I think even the scout team, you're not playing the same talent-wise as Prairie Grove's going to bring, or Pea Ridge is going to bring. The only thing that's going to get you ready for is playing against them. And luckily for us, we've played them a couple years in the past. And I think maybe because we play them so much, hopefully it helps a little bit that we've known a little bit from it. But mentally, you just got to know it's a different play style. You know it's going to be slowed down against them. And Lincoln's going to try to speed it up. I mean,
well, and as Gravette has seen, as Lincoln has seen, both teams have seen each other on film. They know where they're strong. They know where their weaknesses are. And you know, much like we said the first 3 weeks, the weakness for Gravette has been the offense and getting momentum going, and it's a lot of kind of shooting ourselves in the foot just with those first down penalties, and, you know, and then stuff like that. But, you know, like we said, it's the beginning of a new week. Each team is coming in 0-0 as Gravette takes the field.
This is really counts tonight. You know, I would never say I wouldn't want anything else than just a win, but I feel like against Lincoln, I think they really need to punish them tonight. A close win tonight might not. I know win's a win, but a close one tonight might not go too well with Gravette.
Right. And like we said, with the new season, playoff implications start tonight, and then it's not just here; it's everywhere across the state. And so, you know, we're going to try to bring you guys some scores throughout the conference throughout the night. I believe Shiloh is playing at Berryville. In Prairie Grove, I'm not quite sure at, and I'm not quite sure what Pea Ridge is either, but we will get an update, I'm sure.
We will find out tonight.
It is true. But tonight we do get senior kicker, free safety, wide receiver. We do have Chris Childress back, which is going to be a big impact in the kicking game. Hopefully he can stay healthy for the remainder of the year.
It's a huge impact. I mean, last week, if Chris would have been there, that game would have been out of hand very quickly. They went inside the 30 or 35-yard line or 25-yard line a few times and couldn't capitalize. Yeah. It's going to be big.
It's kind of funny when you look at special teams and just how crucial it is in the game of football. So Childress has the ball teed up high, and we are underway here in Gravette. It's going to be inside the 10. It's going to be taken by the deep man. That is number 2, Cam Brown, and he's going to be swarmed up just shy of right at the 15, actually. So Lincoln will take over there.
Back in their, back behind their 20-yard line. They got a long way to go here. First drive of the conference season. I mean, both teams got a lot to show right now. You know, Lincoln, you know, they're looking for that 5th seed, but they don't just want the 5th seed. They want the 4th seed. They know it. You know, Gravette could be that win tonight.
That is true. Caleb Wood will be your quarterback for the Wolves. He is in shotgun formation with trips to his right. Single man in the backfield with him, one man to the top. He's going to catch, coil, and throw, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for number 13, Hunter Phelan.
I expect probably try to get a couple quick passes tonight, try to get Gravette's defense a little not prepared for it, try to come out quick and firing.
That was just a simple little 5-yard quick stop and thrown a little bit behind the receiver. Falls incomplete, so 2nd and 10 now at the 15. They're going to stay in that same formation. Lloyd is going to motion a man from his right to left, and he's going to pitch sweep it off to number 2. That is Brown. Austin O'Brien is going to tackle him on the edge there after a gain of about 6.
You know, the outside rounds really hurt us last week, especially on the motions. And another wide receiver number 85 kept coming around and just kept killing us with it. But hopefully they've adjusted to that tonight.
Yep. So Gravette trying to get people lined up here. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to throw, throwing it back across field. It's a low throw, so therefore incomplete. Once again, that's Cameron Brown. Falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down, so the Gravette defense is going to force a 3 and out, you would think here. You don't think Lincoln goes for it at their own 21-yard line with 11:19 on the clock in the first quarter.
It does not look like they will go for it. Brady Moore back to return. He had a huge return last week. And actually won again this week. And a quick 3 and out. That's huge for the defense.
So Lloyd doesn't go very far back, so Mormon has to kind of stay up because they don't really know. That's something they've probably seen on film. It's going to die at about the 35, so Gravette will take over there. Pretty good field position for the first possession for Tajay White and the Lion offense.
It's a good punt, but Lions offense really got to come out here. We got to show their role tonight. This is a Lincoln team they shouldn't struggle much with, and if they do, then we got to adjust some. But it's really a team we should be able to do what we want against.
It is. Those can also be the really dangerous ones as well. So White and the Lions offense comes out in the field. They're going to be in an I formation.
Number 15, Tristan Florida out there.
And Gravette, once again, like we just talked about, John is going to commit a false start before they ever run an offensive play. It's just kind of one of those things you almost want to laugh about it, but you kind of want to be mad at the same time if you're Coach Harrelson. So 1st and 15, they're going to come back in that I formation. Ballard, the receiver, to the bottom. Mormon to the top. O'Brien is your man in the backfield.
I formation worked actually very well last week, especially to the outside. Runs with Austin O'Brien.
So White is going to open up, and they're going to run it to that short side of the field. O'Brien is going to pick up maybe 2 on 1st and 15.
When things weren't working last week, they went to the I formation. They just pitched it out to Austin O'Brien. He was faster than we were out there.
Interesting play call right there with motioning the tight end to the big side of the field and then running it to the short, just trying to catch Lincoln off guard. So now they're going to come out in a pistol strong set. It's 2 men to the top, 1 to the left. White's going to look to throw. Looking downfield. Got a man there. Thrown a little bit behind the receiver. I believe that's number
15, Tristan Flournoy.
15, Tristan Flournoy, the intended receiver.
The tight end replacing Logan Rager tonight. I don't know where Logan is, but
we haven't called Tristan's name much this year. But
could have been a big play for the Gravette offense, and now it's 3rd and long.
So Coach Harrelson calling a shot there with Wyatt, letting him show that he can throw the football a little bit. So 3rd and long at about the 32-yard line for Gravette. White's going to have twins to each side. O'Brien in the backfield with him. Lincoln is going to have 6 men up in the box. He's going to motion from left to right. White is going to roll to his left. He's going to look to throw to Ballard. Great play there by the quarterback. That's number 24, Lyndon Miller. Very good defensive play. Single receiver running the single comeback route.
And a 3 and out. Both teams wasn't getting the out offense. Shot themselves in the foot. That first false start.
Tough to get momentum whenever you commit silly penalties.
Extremely. Chris Schroeder's back to punt tonight. First punt since probably week 1? We got week 1.
He has not played since week 1. Childress gets it. It's a high, kind of a wobbly kick. They're going to call for a fair catch. He's going to bobble it, and it's going to hit the floor. But I believe he's going to be right back on it. Didn't really kick that far away from him. I believe that was number 20, Braden Umerson.
Jay just played for Lincoln. If you were tuned in last week, Jay did the same thing, and that was a really big momentum shift in the game. Got us inside the 20-yard line, got us enough to score a touchdown. It would have been nice to recover that right there. Really gave a boost to the offense.
So Lincoln's second possession, they're going to take over at their own 39-yard line. Lloyd in shotgun. He's now going to motion a man to the right, going to look to throw a little bubble route out there to him. That is number 7, Jacob Anderson.
And another drop by Lincoln. Lincoln's got a couple opportunities in the first few drives to get some good yardage and just drop the ball. The secondary for Gravette all year, I really think has done an exceptional job all year. And their quarterback, he's good. He's capable of throwing it downfield.
So now Lloyd looking to set up a little tunnel screen, and there it is. That's number 7 again. He's going to lower his head, but he's going to be out of bounds. So he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. That's Jacob Anderson on the receiving end, the intended receiver that played before as well.
And once again, it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5, just inside the Wolves' own 45-yard line.
Gravette defense is going to try to stick up here and push another 3 and out.
So Lloyd is going to motion a man to his right again. He's going to look that way now. His eyes get downfield. Soule giving pursuit. He's going to throw it across. His receiver is going to look like he trips over his own feet, but they're going to get Austin O'Brien with pass interference.
And in my opinion, that was uncatchable. But, you know, whatever it is, calls won't go all the way all the time. But that's an automatic first down, about 15 yards. And Lincoln might not be moving the ball, but that's one way to do it. And another penalty that she's grabbing on the foot.
It's tough to tell up here where we were, but it kind of looked like the receiver, number 20, Braden Emerson, just kind of tripped over his own feet.
And it seemed that way to me, too. But they will call pass interference of the 15-yard penalty. And that's a Lincoln will first down. Yeah, plays like that can make or break a game. Just simple pass interferences like that, you know?
So for the first time tonight, Lincoln will be in Gravette territory with the football. Lloyd is going to have trips to the short side of the field. One man in the backfield with him.
Also the first down of the night.
And not necessarily earned. Lloyd going to take it this time. He's going to hand it off. That's Teichman on the tackle. Anderson, your ball carrier. I guess that's kind of the first run play that they have actually tried to do.
Yep. Last year, like I said, the quarterback was running back last year, so it's a little different for him this year. Lead back in the backfield this year.
So now Lloyd's going to come out with twins to each side. One man in the backfield. That's Anderson with him. This time Lloyd is looking to throw. It's another tunnel screen. He's going to pick up maybe 2. Good discipline there by the Gravette defense. Berger recognized it. Childers coming up from his safety spot, and Soule coming from his end. So it's going to bring up another 3rd down for Lincoln.
Covered up very well. Besides that pass interference, the Gravette defense has played very well with that first few drives.
Regardless if Gravette does hold for an incomplete pass here, I would imagine Lincoln will probably go for it from this distance.
I imagine they will.
So trips to the right now for Lloyd. 3rd and 5. Lloyd looking to throw. There is a flag down. Low throw. It's bobbled as it hits the floor. That was number 20, Braden Emerson. But there is a flag on the play. It's thrown by the far line judge on the Lincoln sideline.
I did not see the flag.
So sideline warning is the call on Lincoln. So result of the play, incomplete pass. So that'll bring up 4th down for Lincoln.
I believe you're right. They will be going for it right now. Oh, maybe not. It looks like they might be punting the ball, but
Gravette is going to send nobody back just in case. But Lloyd is about 8 to 10 yards deep. He's going to motion a man from right to left. Kind of a high snap, but Lloyd is able to control it. We'll see what it does. It's going to roll into the end zone, hit about the 4, and roll in. So Gravette's offense will come back out. 8:52 remaining in the first quarter. The Lion offense is going to come back out. The Teasley Drug has been serving the pharmaceutical needs of the Gravette area for over 30 years since Ron Teasley began the business in 1984. Now under the direction of Ron's daughter Lindsay and her husband Ryan, Teasley Drug provides their customers professional service and genuine care. Teaser Drugs Lewis to use the core principles established by Ron and his wife Linda to always be your family-owned and community-oriented pharmacy. Teaser Drugs' passion is to maximize your patient experience with superior level care and to provide quality products at a competitive price. So give them a call, 787-5966. Gravette's first play on their second possession is going to be a sweep to O'Brien to the right. He's going to pick up a gain of about 6.
And a second positive on that play, there was no penalty.
Very good point. It's one of those we don't want to have to keep making.
No, we don't. And again, like I said last week, that pitch really worked last week, and showing again it worked again. Joseph Flournoy still out there on the field.
So White under center, a bunch set to his right. Now he's going to motion them over to the left. Ballard is your receiver to the bottom. He's going to pitch it out to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to cut it back. Instead of staying wide, it almost looked like Austin should have stayed wide there.
Close to a first down.
It is close. Oh, there is a first down. So Gravette's first down of the night.
From up here, to me, it looked a little short, but I'm not going to argue with it.
So Gravette quick to the line. White is going to have trips to his right. He's going to look to throw. It's a middle screen to Mormon, thrown behind him, but Mormon makes a good adjustment, lowers his shoulder, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get up close to the 50-yard line.
And we got a first down in the second one of the drive, and this is exactly what Gravette thinks you should be doing to them. Just do whatever they want, and no Rachel on the field now.
So White going to have trips to his right. He's going to hand it off to O'Brien straight up the middle. O'Brien looking for a burst, making the cut to the outside. He's at the 10-5, touchdown Gravette.
And just like that, Austin O'Brien makes the play.
So Gravette's second possession there. O'Brien takes it for about 47 yards for the Gravette touchdown with 8:11 remaining in the first quarter.
And I just love how the fireworks go off every time. I love the fireworks.
Perks to playing at home. So Childress will come in to attempt the PAT.
Yep. His first kick since week 1.
He's done it his whole life, so it's kind of like riding a bike for Childress. And there it is. Snaps down. It's good. High kick, and it is through the middle.
Right down the middle.
So once again, 8:11 remaining in the first quarter. Gravette strikes on a 47-yard touchdown run by Austin O'Brien. H&K Heating and Air has been providing top-notch heating and air service to Northwest Arkansas since 1999. When your home gets uncomfortable, be sure and call your comfort specialist, H&K Heating and Air. Specializing in today's technologically advanced heating and air systems, H&K is ready to become the call you make during emergencies, for maintenance, and installation. You can contact H&K at 479-366-1691. You can also check them out on Facebook. Just search H&K Heating and Air.
We grab the kickoff again. Hopefully we can do that a lot tonight. That was a big drive by our Gravette offense. They really did what they wanted to, and they ran the ball like they want to do. And Austin O'Brien with a big score.
So Childress tees it up, he kicks it off. It's going to hit about the 5. It's going to be Cam Brown struggling to pick the football up back there, and he's going to be hit at the 10-yard line.
A bad decision to let that drop right there by the Lincoln wide receiver. I think he thought it was going to go in the end zone, but it did not. And once again, Lincoln is backed up. Looks like about their 11-yard line, maybe inside the 11. A long way to go for Lincoln.
Yep. So Lincoln will take over at their own 11 for their third possession here. It is 8:06 remaining in the first quarter. Gravette with a 7-0 lead after the 47-yard touchdown run by Austin O'Brien. So Lloyd going to take the snap and roll to his left. He's got nothing there, but looks back to the middle of the field, and a good sharp throw after getting his shoulders turned. And it's going to be close to a first down. We have an official's timeout for an injured Lion. That looks like middle linebacker Gunnar Berger. Yep.
It's a big play for Gravette. Berger on his feet.
So Berger is on his feet, which is a good sign. Kind of showing a little favoritism towards that right leg. So his replacement will be sophomore Mason Dagley.
And he has got some playing time with varsity this year.
Mason has seen the field the first 3 weeks of the season. Hopefully it's just one of those things where Berger collided knees with somebody.
Hopefully just out for a couple plays.
So 2nd and 1 now for the Wolves. Lloyd in shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off this time for a short gain of 2.
It looks like a first down.
That's Anderson on the carry again for the Wolves.
And that was actually Mason Dagley on assistant tackle right there. Mason Dagley looked like Kent Teichman as well.
So 1st and 10 now at about the 22-yard line. Lloyd back in shotgun again. He's one man in the backfield, trips to his left. He's looking to pass on a slant route, high pass intended for number 20. Braden Umberson, excuse me, is 6'2", so if you're missing higher than him, that's, I want to turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Lincoln was already trying to pass the ball. They're trying to just sling it right now. It looks like they're trying to
Quick routes.
catch us off guard here. So far the Gravette defense has not been caught off guard.
So now they're going to swap that formation to the big side of the field. They're going to open up like he's going to pass. It's going to be a draw to Anderson.
Mason Dagley was the first one to get there. He couldn't bring him down, but he was the first to hit him.
See Teichman, Dagley, and Mormon kind of getting up from the pile.
And Hunter Cole making his second varsity start. Last week had one, he got an interception in his first varsity start ever. Pretty good first start about last year.
Good sign though for Lions fans. It appears that Berger is putting a brace on his knee. He will be able to re-enter, let's hope. So 3rd down now for the Wolves, 3rd and 6 from the 26. Lloyd's going to motion a man, look that way. Oh, Teichman getting his hands up there, going to be a slant over the middle, but Teichman covering his zone right there in those middle flats and knocks the ball down. He's going to force Lincoln to punt again.
And there's a sideline warning for Gravette. Both sidelines got with one warning. I believe one more is a penalty. But once again, the Wolves will punt the ball.
Yeah, Gravette not going to send anybody back simply because it is their quarterback who is back there. But they have Brady Mormon out on the edge, and I think he's going to come after it this time. And sure enough, he is. Almost got it. High kick. It's going to land about the 42, and it's going to take a Lincoln roll down to about the 30-yard line. So Tajay White and the Lion offense will come back out. 6:41 remaining in the first quarter.
Gravette will try to build a last drive success and try to put some more points on the board.
So 3rd possession now for the Gravette offense. Still not even 6 full minutes have ran off the first quarter here tonight.
Nope, it's been a kind of slow game so far, but
that's what happens whenever there's a lot of passing and it's incomplete. So back in that I formation, Mormon and Ballard are your 2 receivers. Logan Rachel, the tight end, they're going to move him over and set the line off. Once again, they're going to try to run to that short side with O'Brien. He's going to make a couple of cuts, throw a stiff arm, still on his feet, run the football really hard. It's going to take about 5 Lincoln players to bring him down. That's going to be a good gain for over 20.
Got 21 yards on the pickup, and another big play by Austin O'Brien. He just carried some Lincoln defenders for about 5 or 6 yards. And I feel like last year against Lincoln, he had a humongous game. Looks like he might be on his way for that again tonight.
If there's 2 games that stick out in my mind from last year for Austin O'Brien, it was Lincoln and then Pocahontas, the first-round playoff game. So right now in an empty back set, he's going to take it, going to be a design quarterback draw. He's going to get a great block from I believe that's number 70, Aiden Patton. Aiden Patton absolutely lit his man up.
And Tajay White, he might have gone down. He did drive his man forward. Something you wouldn't expect him to do.
So design quarterback draw there for White. And that empty set. Now they're going to come out that pistol strong. That's Grimes, your H-back, O'Brien in the backfield with him. White going to give a hard count and check with his coach. Going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to get outside, still running the football hard. He's going to pick up about 6, and that's going to be good enough for Gravette first down.
And off to O'Brien, gain of about 7. It's a Gravette line, first down.
And that was a hard run there by O'Brien. Just went up the middle and put in some Lincoln defenders. Good enough for the first down.
Take a look there. That's your H-back, Colton Grimes, tying Austin O'Brien's cleat for him.
I believe that's his second time, actually. I think he did it in defense as well.
Yeah. Well, in case you ever wonder, Colton Grimes is the guy you want in your foxhole with you. White's going to motion Grimes from left to right. Going to open up, hand it off to O'Brien again. O'Brien trying to throw a stiff arm. I believe that's 55 for the Wolves, like hanging on to his jersey for dear life.
Good play with a Lincoln defense.
That's Trey Harrison on the tackle, I believe, for the Wolves.
Austin O'Brien, if he could have gotten past him, he probably could have gotten a first down. It was a good play holding on for Lincoln. But 2nd and 10 from about the Gravette 35, but no, my bad, the Lincoln 35-yard line.
So now White in the backfield. That's Grimes in the backfield with him now. O'Brien in the slot, looking to throw. White doesn't like what he sees. He's going to tuck the football and try to run. He's going to get back to the initial line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long 9 for the Lions.
And that might bring up a passing situation for Gravette. Maybe they can connect the one here. And with Chris Childress back again, it's another dimension to this offense. They get a first down. That's probably enough yardage for a field goal for Gravette.
So we're going to have our first timeout here, I believe. I'm not quite sure who took it.
No indication yet.
Timeout.
But with this timeout, we're going to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. The Gravette Athletic Booster Club is a proud sponsor of this broadcast and wants you to know there are several ways you can get involved, and one of those is by becoming a Booster Club sponsor. Platinum sponsorship is $250, gold is $150, and silver is $75. All sponsorships to the Booster Club are tax deductible. If you have questions regarding becoming a Gravette Athletic Booster Club sponsor, please call Jennifer Mormon at 479-787-0299.
3rd and 10 here. Yeah, great way to show what the passing offense can really do. I don't know if we've seen much of it this year, what they could do. Made a couple big plays, Brady Mormon, Boonville, and one to Brandon first game, but let's see if they can get one here.
So White with trips to his left. He's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. He's got Mormon kind of open in the flats. Coach Harrelson obviously saw that as well. Like I said, we can see everything up here, though, from the nest. He'll be forced out of bounds by Harrison, and it's going to bring up a 4th down inside the 35, so I believe Coach Harrelson is going to keep the offense on the field and see what can happen.
And I would be confident with Chris Childress' leg from here. This is going to be about a 52-yard field goal here.
So now White comes out with trips to his right, O'Brien in the backfield with him, rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's got Mormon open, and it is a catch. Out into the flats, about a 15-yard out route for Mormon. And that's going to be good enough for a first down for the Lions.
And that pass is right on the money.
Great job right there creating space in that trips package by the Lion receivers, and good job by Tajay White delivering a strike to Mormon.
I think that's what they were looking for on the last play, but it did not happen. They could do that on the other side, though.
So now White's going to come out in shotgun. He's going to fake it to O'Brien and look to get to the outside. He's going to pick up a good gain of about 8 or 9 on the first down.
Yep, and we get inside the red zone. This time, I would love a touchdown, but with Chris Childress back, you might not need one. But I would love a touchdown. I think we would all love a touchdown. 7 points is a little better than 3.
So White in shotgun again, O'Brien in the backfield, Ballard the single receiver, trips to his right. He's going to look to throw to Ballard. I'm not sure if that ball was tipped or just mishandled in the hands of White, but it was not on the line.
Looked a little wobbly coming out of it.
It looked a little wobbly, like he mishandled the snap and getting the football high on his throw.
Brandon Ballard did have the inside on him. I don't know if he would have scored on the catch, but he probably would have at least gotten a first down out of that. The 3rd and 1.
now it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for Gravette.
Would not be surprised if there's a run here.
Pistol set. He's going to motion Grimes, his H-back, into the backfield with him. Going to open it up, hand it to O'Brien. O'Brien's got more than enough for the first down.
Gravette inside the 10-yard line. And this time it's a much longer drive than last time. Last time it was really just a big play, 47 yards. And this time a long-lasting drive. Not only the most likely going to score, but it's taking time off the clock as well.
So now first and goal inside the 10-yard line at about the 7 for the Lions. Single set, it's going to be O'Brien. They're going to give him a sweep toss to the outside. He's going to make a cut, and he's going to walk it into the end zone.
Touchdown Gravette.
So Austin O'Brien with his second touchdown, this time from 7 yards. 3:24 remaining in the first quarter, waiting the point after attempt. Gravette 13, Lincoln 0.
And once again, the fireworks go off, and I love it when it's ours.
So Chris Childress is going to come in to attempt the PAT for the Lions. So O'Brien accounts for his second touchdown of the night.
And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself already, but Gravette looks like they're taking a little bit of control of this game right now. It's still early in the first quarter, but and that is no good.
Childress misses the PAT. From here you can see the holder, Mormon. He didn't stumble with the exchange or getting it down, but I can see the laces clearly towards his foot, and kickers are very picky about that.
Very picky about it. It looked like it just shanked off his foot.
Changes the flight of the ball for the kickers, so 3:24 remaining of the first quarter. Gravette still holds a 13-0 lead over the Wolves.
But we don't see Chris Childress miss very many of those.
Yeah, you really don't. KD Photography is a first-year sponsor for Lion Letterman. Owner Kim Durham has a completely laid-back and relaxed style and loves to have fun with clients. She believes that your session should be fun and spontaneous. You can check out her portfolio by visiting her website, www.iloverkd.com, or you can give her a call or text at 479-366-2476, or follow her on social media by searching KD Photography.
And Gravette is getting ready to kick off again. Chris Childress back to kick off. Third time this first quarter. And the kick is off.
So Childress, a low liner back towards that left side. That's Brown who's going to take it at about the 10. First man gets there. He's going to bounce off that tackle, but he's not going to gain any more yards as Teichman and Dagley, I believe, come in and clean it up.
I'm not certain who number 61 is, but I'm pretty sure he's a new sophomore. And he got out there and made a play right away. He didn't get the tackle, but he got there first.
So Lincoln will take over at about the 22-yard line.
Once again, not good field position.
Lloyd going to hand it off to Anderson to the short side of the field. Anderson's going to be dropped after a gain of 2.
And Gunnar Berger's still on the sidelines. I hope he is okay. And Danny Huntsman as well on the end of the bench.
Yeah, he came over earlier like he got sick during a play. Lloyd opening up the throw, looking to throw out into the flats.
He was wide open.
That was Humberson. Once again, Humberson is 6'2", and Lloyd is overthrowing him.
And he was wide open. But not going to complain about it. He wasn't wide open. He had a lot of space.
Well, we will take it. So another third down coming for the Lincoln offense. 3rd and 8 now. Looks like Lloyd is going to have twins to each side. We've got his Cravens and Cole up there in coverage on that side. Childress is your safety. O'Brien and Ballard to the short side of the field in coverage. Lloyd checking with his coaches, 6 seconds on the play clock. Now he's going to move Anderson around. He's going to take the snap, looking to throw. He's got pressure. I believe that's Rutherford and Sule, who originally...
Spencer.
Excuse me. Seth Spencer. My apologies to Seth Spencer. I don't know why I said Rutherford.
Seth Spencer and Bailey Sule on the play. Seth Spencer finished the play. That's a great play that Seth Spencer plays both sides of the ball.
Yep. So Sule getting a good push up front, and Spencer also getting a good push, and Lloyd rolling right into the arms of Spencer.
And like we said before the game, the pressure we can get there tonight. It has all night. It's been there. I mean, it looks like all 4 of them got there tonight. Got there on that play.
Yep. So Mormon back deep this time. He's going to have a chance to return it. He's got some space, running towards the sideline. He's going to be upended, but he's going to get it inside the Lincoln 30-yard line. So a minute 53 remaining in the first quarter. Gravitte's offense is going to run back out there.
And Gravitte's got to have some confidence. They're up 14-0 right now. They gotta have. Offense got to have all the confidence in the world right now that they can do whatever they want, anytime they want. They need to have that confidence. With 1 minute 53 seconds, I'm sure Gravette wants to put another score on the board. And when we can, we will update you on conference scores.
We haven't had any updates come through yet, but it is still the first quarter. So White in shotgun. He's got trips to the short side. He's going to open up, hand it off to O'Brien, who's got a big hole. He's looking for a block. Gets it from Ballard. Now it's a foot race.
And another touchdown for Gravette. Also O'Brien.
O'Brien in for 29 yards that time for his 3rd touchdown run of the night. Good job right there by Brandon Ballard by sealing that off. And good job by Austin O'Brien using his vision to find that hole.
And that would be the hat trick for Austin O'Brien just here in the first quarter. And if you don't know what that is, that's 3 scores for one player. First quarter, Austin O'Brien 3 touchdowns. And Gravette's taking full control of this game and just serve us up for another PAT.
Gets it down this time. It's another wobbly kick, but it is good. Not the prettiest that we usually see from Childress, but a minute 44 remaining in the first quarter. And thank you to Austin O'Brien's 3rd touchdown run of the night. Gravette has a 22-0 lead. Bank of Gravette has been as a locally owned and operated community bank since 1898. Bank of Gravette serves customers in a friendly, relaxed environment with a hometown feel that separates them from the competition. Bank of Gravette wants to help you achieve those financial milestones. From buying a new car or new home to financing new farm equipment and starting a business. Generations have come to rely upon Bank of Gravette and trust them to do what's right. Stop by any of the Bank of Gravette branches in Gravette, Centerton, and Hiwassee.
This game, even though it's a team Gravette should probably win against, they've been extremely good all night. And probably the best game of the year so far, offensively and defensively. This is a good momentum game if they can keep it up, keep the scoring pace up, and keep the defense dominant. Great momentum to go into a Prairie Grove week. But enough about Prairie Grove tonight, unless it's a score update.
So Childress in once again to kick off to the Wolves. Brown is your deep man. This time it's a little bit higher kick. Brown is going to take it at about the 6. He's going to look and make a cut. He's going to run into Dagley and Teichman and Spencer and Rachel and pretty much every Gravette player except for Childress, who is your safety.
I'll tell you what, 61, I don't know who he is, but he gets back there. He is the first Gravette line there every play. He might not make the tackle, but he gets there. It's pretty fast.
So Lincoln will take over now at just about the 25-yard line.
I've got a defense trying to continue their dominance here and just keep building the momentum into the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter.
Lloyd and Anderson, your man in the backfield. It's going to be a draw to Anderson.
Gets stuffed by Chase Palmer.
Chase Palmer and Spencer there to let him go nowhere. It's actually going to be a loss of about 3. A good job by Palmer wherever he came from right there off the edge. I believe Palmer was at the nose tackle spot.
He was. And he got in there quick and just made a big play.
So draw play does nothing for Lincoln. 2nd and 13. Lloyd's going to have trips to his left. Anderson in the backfield with him. Dropping back to throw. He's going to throw a route out to Umberson.
It was a great catch.
I believe his foot was out of bounds, but they're going to give it a completion.
This time that was not overthrown.
Still high. He had to go up and get it, and I'm pretty sure his feet came down on the sideline. But they're going to call it a completion. So that'll be 3rd and 1.
And Gravette in 3-4.
Lloyd going to call his own number this time. Dagley giving chase. He's going to turn him back in. I believe he's going to have just enough for the first down.
And it will be a first down for Lincoln.
First down for Lincoln.
Coming up at the end of the first quarter, we will have some score updates for you throughout the conference or just throughout the state. Yep. So first down for the Wolves. Lloyd going to have trips to one side. He's going to throw to Umberson again. Once again, another high throw.
Overthrown. The wide receiver paid for it a lot too. I see that drill boss on the bottom at the end of the play. And I'm not sure how he's overthrowing a 6'2" wide receiver. At least that badly.
Well, 6'2" is pretty good height for a 4A football player, especially a receiver.
Oh yeah. So it's pretty hard to miss him.
So Lloyd, once again, he's going to pump, looking to throw deep, but it's not there. He's getting chased, gets it away. That was Grimes, who ends up grabbing his ankles before he gets to roll anymore. He looked there, he looked like he was going to throw a little pop screen and then look downfield. I believe that was Hunter Phelan streaking down the field, but good job by O'Brien not falling for the bait.
The good thing that pass safety completed on the flat. He was quite open.
He was open, but there was too much pressure there for Lloyd to complete the pass. So 3rd and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Looking to throw, he pumps again. Soule giving chase, and Soule's going to get him for a sack and a loss of about 6.
And the pressure gets back there again. The league offensive line cannot handle the Gravette defensive line tonight.
I'm going to say this, if Lloyd was very fortunate there that he took a step up, otherwise Soule was about to get under the chin strap. So that's going to bring up 4th and long for the Wolves, but they're going to let that run down to the start of the second quarter. So at the end of 1, Gravette leads the Wolves 20-0.
And we have 4-8-1 scores to announce. Gravette obviously 20-0. P Ridge up 19-0 at the end of the first quarter. Prairie Grove up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. But
who's P Ridge playing?
P Ridge is playing Gentry.
Okay.
They're up 19-0. Prairie Grove is playing Huntsville, and they lead 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. But those are not exactly, I don't know if those are completely correct, but those are what I have. And if so, Prairie Grove in a dogfight.
Possibly so. You know, if you look at it and you think bottom of the teams, you're looking at Gentry, and then P Ridge obviously at the top. If you're going off years past and the recent years, those are teams. Huntsville, I don't believe I'm trying to think if they've made the playoffs. I think they made the playoffs last year as the 5th seed.
They did,
but not in the top 3 or 4 that you're looking for. So those 2 teams, Prairie Grove and P Ridge, should be handling business tonight. But you never know.
And the Charlotte score, I could not tell you what that was. I do not have it.
And they probably don't have service in Berryville. That's a long ways and real curvy.
But I am sure they're taking care of business as well.
So here we go, start of the second quarter. Lincoln going to come out in a punt formation. Gravette not going to send anybody back deep, so they send Mormon again. Mormon almost gets to it. It's going to hit at the 35 and roll down to about the 20-yard line.
And Brady Mormon does almost get to that.
Mormon left his feet, just missed it.
Maybe half second sooner or half second later, he would have got it. And once again, it rolled for him back, and That's one thing about not having a return man back there. You can't stop it. But Gravette at the 21-yard line, and offense trying to continue what they've been building on. 3 straight scoring drives, 3 straight Austin O'Brien drives.
So O'Brien has accounted for a 47, 7, and 29-yard touchdown run on the night as Gravette holds a 3-touchdown lead.
And that is
I believe Lincoln's going to get a timeout. They were trying to run a 12th man off the field there. So this timeout, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Arvest Bank. In Gravette is a proud sponsor of Lion Letterman. The branch is located on Highway 59 South, half a mile south of Main Street in Gravette. Arvest has served the financial needs of customers for more than 50 years. Today, that's true in more than 120 communities. Arvest operates 16 locally managed, community-oriented banks, each with its own local president, board of directors, and management team. This commitment to our banks being led at the local level is unusual for a bank the size of Arvest, but we believe it is one of the values that makes Arvest unique. Whether customers are shopping for mortgages, credit cards, personal loans, home equity, or checking and savings accounts, they know they'll get local service at Arvest from neighbors they know and trust. Call the Gravette branch at 479-271-1253.
And hopefully, I'm going to wait for this play so I don't jinx Gravette, but after this play, we'll say what I was going to say.
So White coming out with twins to each side. He's going to fake it to O'Brien, looking to get outside, throws a stiff arm. They're going to hang on to his jersey. He's still spinning and fighting forward. Trying to strip the football from him and hanging on the jersey, but White showing his scrap.
Well, I was going to say, we haven't gotten the first down penalties in a while. I wanted to wait to say that, so we wouldn't get one. But
go ahead and keep it in your back pocket.
And knock on wood, I don't know if we got any wood here, but they have not committed one until since their first drive, and it's nice to see that. It really is.
White going to hand it off to O'Brien. O'Brien still running hard. They're not necessarily trying to hit O'Brien and wrap up. They're just grabbing him by the jersey.
They are grabbing him by whatever they can.
So O'Brien's run right there is going to be good enough for a Gravette first down, just inside the Gravette 40-yard line.
The run game is just absolutely killing Lincoln tonight. I mean, this is what Gravette does. They run the football, and they've been doing that for years. Austin O'Brien with over 1,000 yards last year as well.
So a little pop route here to Mormon. Mormon trying to spin through. Kind of grabbing him from behind as well.
To me, it looked like could have been a face mask, but Brady Mormon staying on the field. But another play, just them grabbing on or whatever they could.
So Mormon shaking up a little bit there as he was kind of being slung around by the jersey. And if you're here, you can see him. If you're not, you're about to be able to hear him. There are about over 100 Pee Wee cheerleaders here tonight supporting the Lions.
Indeed.
Mormon up on his feet and walking off, so that is a good sign.
And still Gunnerberger's still on the sidelines. Hopefully he's okay.
Maybe a precautionary thing tonight with Gunner. Let's hope for that.
Up 20-0, why risk it?
So White in the offense back out. 2nd and 5. White looking to throw. Gives a pump. He's got Rachel going, but he's going to overthrow Rachel by about 4 steps.
And I don't know if I'll call that a miscommunication or just an overthrow.
That's just an overthrow there.
And last week,
double move there by Rachel. Good route.
Very good route. Last week, Gravette drew up a trick play, which got Brandon Ballard wide open on the top of the field, on this end of the field, and wide open in the end zone, just overthrew him. They've had some chances in the passing game, but just haven't been able to connect.
Well, the time is right now to kind of work on that before if Gravette does continue to build a lead. So 3rd down now. White's going to give it to O'Brien. He's going to fake to O'Brien. Now he's trying to race down the sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Very good run by White.
And what Tajay lacks a little bit in passing, he makes up for in his running ability, and you saw it right there.
So close to a 30-yard run there for White into Lincoln territory.
Yeah, that's got to be tough to prepare for. Two guys that can really run the football.
And as you saw in the first quarter, Austin O'Brien getting much of the workload. Now it's Tajay calling his own shot. So now White's going to come out, trips to the left. He's going to throw a pop pass to Childress out to the right, short side of the field. That's going to be maybe a pickup of 1.
Lincoln's defense was right there for it. A little slower to develop than they probably wanted to, but Lincoln's defense was right there. Give credit who credit is due. But second and 9, down to 26. They're looking to score again.
So second 9, Gravette in Lincoln territory at the Lincoln 26-yard line. White with twins to each side, O'Brien in the backfield with him. White dropping back to pass, looking to throw. That's Childress in the end zone, going up for it. Not quite sure, incomplete. I'm not really sure if the Lincoln defender, I believe that's Umberson in coverage there. That was Umberson, so Umberson and Childress standing at 6'3", and Umberson at 6'2". That's a pretty good matchup there.
Yep, they just threw the ball to him and let the man go up and get it. He almost did. I honestly thought they would try to do that more this year, especially against the shorter quarterbacks they play against, but they took a shot there, almost got away with it, almost came down with it.
So here we go, third and 9 from the 26. Lincoln kind of showing pressure. Have 2 safeties, but I believe they're going to get Gravette for either an illegal motion or a false start. It's going to be a false start to call. So back Gravette up 5, make it 3rd and 14 now.
Well, at least it wasn't on our first down.
No, but you did bring it up at the start of this drive.
I did. So keep it in the pocket next time.
So let's see what Coach Harrelson calls here now with 3rd and 14.
I would say you don't necessarily need to pick up the first down, but get in the field goal range.
So White is going to be own man back there in the backfield. O'Brien is the lone receiver to the top of your screen. Looking to throw to Mormon, but it's going to have too much air under it and it's swatted away.
You wouldn't be surprised if Gravette went for a field goal right here. Looks like they might just be going for it.
So 4th and 14, that is quite the kick right there if you do run Childress out there. Let's see if Coach Harrelson tries to draw him off sides and then possibly takes a timeout to talk about it. So White with trips to the right, looking to roll to the left. White hit as he throws, but Childress is going to go up and make the grab for him.
That is a fantastic grab by Chris Childress.
Great effort there by number 3, Chris Childress, going up and getting that football for Tajay White.
And that's the advantage when you're 6'3". And very athletic player too.
So White fortunate enough that he has a quick release because he was getting hit as he threw that football and it was floating.
And a fantastic play by Chris Childress. A kick would have
help your man out.
A kick would have been a fantastic play, but instead the kicker catches the football. Huge play for the Gravette offense.
So now 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. 9 minutes exactly in the first half remaining. White faking it to O'Brien, pulling it down, calling his own number. He's going to lose the football. But I think Gravette's going to jump on it. There's kind of a whistle that said he was in the end zone, but I don't think he saw that the football was out. The far line judge had blown a whistle.
And that would have been a touchdown for Colin Grimes.
Because White, I believe Grimes recovered at the 1 though, and his momentum carried him to the end zone because White's momentum was going to carry him over the goal line.
That was for sure a fumble, but
yes. Second and goal now from about the 1. White going to come in. He's going to quarterback sneak it, and he is in.
And that will make it 26-0 here with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. And Gravette absolutely handling Lincoln tonight.
So 8:40 remaining in the first half. Tajay White calls his own number on a quarterback sneak and runs the score to 26-0 with Chris Childress's point after attempt awaiting.
And the extra point on for Chris Childress. Hunter Cole to hold it. And he gets the ball off. It would have been good. It would be good if it stands.
So Gravette's going to get a false start.
I'll take the blame for both of those.
So let's back Childress up 5.
I believe the student section might have been chanting Hunter Cole right there. I'm not for sure, but
Mormon usually handling the holding duties, but that is 21 Hunter Cole holding the attempt. Clean snap, it's down, and it is up.
And the Laces were on the outside.
It was. So 8:40 after the PAT attempt, it's Gravette 27, Lincoln 0. If you've been to the Bentonville Square lately and have seen the Preacher's Son, Scotch and Soda, the original press room, What's Ahead, Massey Building, and Fat Tire Bike Shop, then you have seen the handiwork of Hart & Soule Builders. Hart & Soule specialize in residential and commercial construction projects and are a proud sponsor of Lion Letterman. Call Brian today at 479-721-3637 or follow them on Facebook.
And last year, Gravette scored a total of 33 points, and they're almost at that mark tonight alone. Offense, besides the first drive, has really been hitting on all cylinders.
So Gravette with a commanding 27-0 lead here. Still a lot of time remaining in the first half. Still a lot of football left to play.
A lot of football left. Don't want to get too confident yet. Chris Childress to kick off again. And it is off to number 2 again.
Brown is going to be the D-man. He's going to take it at about the 7-8, and he's going to try to tiptoe around, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20-yard line. So gain of about 15 on the return.
Just shy of the 20-yard line where Lincoln will take over first down and 10.
So Lincoln's offense will come out 1st and 10. See where they're spotting the football at the 19-yard line.
And it looks like Mason Davis is out there again, but with up 27-0, I don't expect Gunnar Berger to come back in the game. So unless it really gets...
It's going to be very much a precautionary move for Berger to not re-enter the game tonight. Lloyd takes a snap looking to throw, avoiding pressure, moving around, still avoiding pressure, but he's going to be hit and fumble the football this time.
Looks like Lincoln falls right back on it, though.
But I believe that was one of his linemen throwing right on the football.
And I now have an update for Shiloh Christian versus Berryville. It is 21-0 in the second quarter. Shiloh handling their business, and just like all the top 4 teams in the conference should be doing tonight.
Most recent update for P Ridge, they are ahead of Gentry 26-0. And I imagine that is still in the first half as well.
I imagine so. But all those 4 teams in the bottom 4 there are looking for that 5th seed playoff game. Or 5th seed playoff. Also got it last year.
So now Lloyd going to hand the ball off to Anderson this time, I believe. Anderson is going to be stopped in the backfield for a short loss.
It's 3rd down.
Lincoln is very possible getting that 5th seed if they can play. If they can, when they're playing good, they aren't an easy team to beat. But they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit tonight as well. But Lincoln is one of those teams looking for that 5th seed. I believe they were 1 game out of the last year.
It's called 3rd and 10 now. Clock almost to 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Lloyd rolling to throw. It's a good throw that time. And that's Umberson on the reception. He's going to have some running room. He's going to take it about 10 yards after the catch. That's a good ball right there by Lloyd to Umberson.
And this time it is not overthrown. Umberson picks up about 25 yards on the play.
Football is very well thrown. Ballard was there in coverage, but it was where he could not get to it.
And that is a big play for Lincoln.
That is by far the biggest play Lincoln offense has had tonight in the first half.
The second biggest was actually a defensive penalty.
So now 1st and 10, just inside their own 45-yard line. Lloyd's going to have trips to his right. He's going to hand it off to Anderson. Anderson looking for some running room, and he's going to get nowhere.
Stuffed by Chase Palmer again.
Called a loss of 1. Palmer and Grimes and Spencer and Teichman coming up from his linebacker position, filling the gaps well tonight. Excuse me, Soulé. Forgot to throw him in there too. Soulé handling his spot as well.
They're all doing extremely well.
So now they're going to call it a tight slot here. Lloyd steps up in the pocket, trying to work some match. Tipped up in the air by Teichman again. That's his second pass deflection of the night.
Was that Teichman?
That was Teichman, excuse me.
Hunter Cole and Seth Spencer over there containing him, make sure he doesn't get off and run. He is capable of doing so.
That's kind of what Teichman, his responsibility right there was kind of like he's spying the quarterback, because he just kind of sat right there in the middle and got his hands up. So 3rd and 11 now for the Wolves. 6:05 remaining in the first half. Lloyd looking to throw. He's going to make a double move and a pump thrown up in the air. It's right to Brandon Ballard, who's going to pick it at about the 33, still dancing around. And then he's finally going to be taken down at the 45-yard line.
It was just like feeling the punt out there. He just threw it up. There was no one there. And the first pick of the year for Brandon Ballard. And so far this early in the year, he's had a fantastic season. Last week he made a lot of big plays on defense, swatting balls away from a 6'4" wide receiver, sounding a lot taller than he is. He was just getting up there and swatting the ball away. He's absolutely had a fantastic season. And he's kind of coming off from last year after 3 interceptions against Pocahontas, and he's really just kind of carried it on.
So Ballard is a 3-year starter at that corner spot, so a lot of experience over there. So Ryan offense comes back out at the 45-yard line. White going to hand the ball off to Grimes this time. The big guy's got some running room. Throwing a stiff arm, throws a man down. He's just throwing people off of him. Junior Colton Grimes getting the football.
Junior Colton Grimes with a 15-yard pickup. That is a bull running football.
Normally that guy that opens those lanes for White and O'Brien, giving him some love with the football.
I bet you he runs it again. How did Grimes after that run?
Yep. So Grimes forced out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Stopped the clock at 5:46 remaining in the first half.
And he had some wheels on that too.
He did. So White and O'Brien in the backfield. Tajay is going to take the snap, hand it off to O'Brien. O'Brien's going to make a great cut. Now it's another foot race, and nobody's going to catch him.
The 4th touchdown of the night for Austin O'Brien. He's a rather lion massacre tonight.
So O'Brien on his 4th touchdown run, that one being for 41 yards. So he's got a 47, a 7, a 29, and a 41-yarder. Austin O'Brien well over the century mark.
Might be closing his way into 159, maybe even more than that. I believe he had either close to 150 or over that last year against Lincoln.
Yep. So Childress in to attempt the PAT.
And Moreland back to field the punter, or field the...
Mormon doing a good job getting snapped down. Coach's kick goes through, and that makes it 34-0 with 5:37 remaining in the first half.
And this Gravette offense, they just absolutely done whatever they wanted tonight. The run game has worked extremely well, like expected. With 5 minutes, 37 seconds left, let's see them put even more points on the board.
If score take away that missed PAT a while ago, and we are in the second half, if the Gravette is ahead by 35 or more to start the second half, that mercy rule continuing clock will be in effect.
And if the lead holds you, we may see some backups tonight. Some kids that normally do not play.
Childers coming in to kick the ball off to the Wolves. Brown is your deep man once again.
And this is his 6th kickoff of the night. And he's off. Back to number 2 again. That'd be Brown, I think.
That is Brown.
I've remembered his name. He's got the ball quite a bit. And he's got some room.
Run.
And he gets upended around the 35-yard line.
Logan Rachel, I believe, coming in. Rachel was he walked out of bounds, came back into the field of play, and made the tackle.
That was the first good return of the night for Lincoln. Everything was mostly held back about behind the 25 or so.
So first down for the Wolves. Lloyd with trips to the left. That's Umberson to the top. Umberson's going to settle and run a little hitch route. And he's going to make the catch and get upfield a couple more yards for a gain of about 8.
And a good wrap-up tackle there for Brandon Ballard. Something we haven't really seen all season yet. Also, my bad. Brandon Ballard reacted to it and came back and made the tackle. And a little bit of a high throw over there with a 6'2".
Yeah, there's one thing that Lloyd has kind of struggled with throughout the night is just throwing those catch, coil, and throw routes that should be the easy to short routes. Kind of putting a little too much oomph on the football. Lloyd this time going to try to hand it off to Anderson again. And Bailey Soule is going to grab a hold of him and not let him go anywhere.
He ate him for dinner. But you know, Lloyd, it's his first year starting at quarterback. Those kind of routes are something I think you really build on the experience of a quarterback. And being his first year being a quarterback, and I can see his own experience a little bit. But it's something he will improve on. And Bailey Soule comes off the field, and Dakota Lemons, number 74, comes in.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Wolves. Lloyd looking to throw. It's going to be complete to Brown. Hunter Cole is there immediately as soon as he makes the catch, but it will be good enough for a first down for the Wolves.
Well, another wrap-up tackle. Even though they got the first down, it's really nice to see that they get him on the first hit. We weren't seeing that the first 2 weeks. Even against Jay, you saw him breaking arm tackles, and it was not fun to look at. Right there, he got right up to him and just brought him down.
So first down completion for Lloyd. Lloyd this time going to take the snap and roll to his right. Another short route throw. It's going to be caught. Ballard coming in quickly to make the tackle. That pass was complete to number 24, Lyndon Miller. Gain of about 6 for the Wolves.
And those plays are pretty hard to cover. But Brandon Ballard was right there when he made the catch. Just a little hitch.
Lloyd maybe kind of settling down a little bit here. He's starting to throw a little better football around.
And he can sling the ball. I've seen him do it.
He is showing that he's got a little bit of an arm on him. That ball is moving. That time Lloyd's going to hand it off to Anderson. This time this is going to be the first productive run for Anderson of the night. He's going to pick up a good 7 yards and move the sticks for the Wolves.
I am actually surprised Lloyd has not ran tonight, as he said a couple times. He was a running back at one point. I'm surprised that we haven't seen him run the ball. And number 4 comes in the game. Pretty sure this is his first time in the game.
They're going to move Umberson in the backfield with Lloyd.
That's what get the ball.
He's going to hand it off to Umberson. Umberson trying to get to the right, to the outside. He's going to lower his head and fall forward for about 5 yards.
And this is Lincoln's first real drive of the night.
Pick up a 5 and 2nd down.
With 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, I'm sure Lincoln wants to get into the end zone to try to make it a little bit of a game.
So Lloyd with quads to his right now. He's going to look and throw a quick pop route over there, but Grimes is going to quickly read that. He's going to bring him down for a loss of 5.
And 3rd down and about 10 or 11 here. At about, 38-yard line of Gravette. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 now. 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 3rd and 10 now And Derek Cravens comes off the field.
Yep, Austin O'Brien checking back in at corner here for this long third down. So he's going to have Ford to his right again. He's looking to throw to Umberson, and that's a very, very low throw.
Very lucky for Gravette. He was, again, wide open.
Yep.
And this time, he didn't overthrow.
Well, it's been, like you said, it's very fortunate for Gravette there, because that slant route's been open all night. That the corner on the solo side, which was Ballard that time, is given about a 10-yard cushion.
And a good throw right there. He gets easily the first down.
So 4th and 10. Lloyd looking to throw. He's got a man right over the middle. It's Brown, but it is thrown behind him. Mormon coming up and making a collision. And so Gravette will get the football back with 1:41 remaining in the first half.
And with 1:40 seconds or 42 seconds to go, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Harrison just goes in the locker room happy with 34 points. Also wouldn't be surprised if he tried to run down and put this game away already.
Yeah, this could possibly be the last offensive series for the first stringers tonight. So White and O'Brien stay in the game. Mormon, Ballard, and Grimes all in there. They come out in the I formation. White's going to take the snap and pitch it out to O'Brien, who's looking to get outside. Grimes is going to get out there to seal off the edge. O'Brien going to throw a stiff arm, but he will be forced out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So second down here for the Lions.
About 1.5 yards to go. He goes out of bounds, stops the clock. I'm sure these starters probably want to put another touchdown on the board. As they know, it probably is their last possession.
I imagine you're about to get a steady dose of O'Brien and White here for the last possession.
Except right now, it's just Tajay White.
Tajay White in the solo set. He's going to motion Mormon. He's going to hand the ball off to Mormon on a sweep to the left. Mormon makes a cut. He's going to pick up about 10 yards on the carry. Excuse me, more than 10.
Well, about 2 plays have gone by, and it looks like Gravette getting into scoring position already. And that first down stops the clock for a little bit.
So now the chains are set and the clock is rolling. White is going to be in shotgun. He's got Grimes to his left, O'Brien to his right. He's going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off to Grimes again. Grimes holding that football kind of carelessly that time from the get-go. You could see the exchange on film. It was not very pretty. Kind of took it like a loaf of bread instead of actually opening that pocket for White.
And Lincoln will get the ball back, and looks like Gravette probably won't be scoring again in this first half.
So 1:20 remaining in the first half after the Colton Grimes fumble. Lincoln falls on it. They will take over from there from their own 42-yard line. Lloyd going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Anderson on a draw play. Anderson's going to fight for it for about 2 yards.
About 3, it'll be second down.
Clock now under a minute in the first half. Lloyd going to take a snap. He's rolling to his left, looking to throw, still looking, and he's going to get dropped. That's Spencer. That's Spencer coming in from that end position. One thing as a quarterback, if you are watching this, if you are rolling to that side and there's no protection from the backside, do not quit rolling out.
Yeah, he felt that. He might feel that one tomorrow.
So 3rd and 13 now for the Wolves. The Wolves kind of taking their time to let the clock run out here in the first half. 15 seconds remaining. Lloyd's going to motion from right to left, give a little pitch sweep to number 13. He's still fighting his way forward. That was Hunter Phelan. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half.
And
So at halftime, Gravette 34, Lincoln 0.
And right before we go off, I will announce the Class 4A scores, 4A1 scores. Gravette 34-0 against Lincoln. P. Ridge up 33-0 against Gentry. Pretty gross. It says 7-0 against Huntsville in the first quarter, but I'm sure it's just slow.
I received an update from them. It was 19-0 the last I saw from Prairie Grove.
And Shiloh Christian leads 21-0 in the second quarter against Berryville. So it looks like the top 4 teams are taking care of business tonight, and we'll be back.
We will see you in about 15 minutes for the second half.
Varsity band will be performing after tonight's game, so stick around and follow tonight's game. You will see their performance.
Who knows? I don't. They're playing it.
There is a wallet sent and returned up to the press box. A black wallet. The ID reads Urban Oxford. Please pick up in the press box.
They did. They said after the game. Moved him up 2 years ago.
Who's your quarterback? Point out to me.
Positive White.
Nothing surprising happening tonight. So nothing surprising happening tonight.
Craig Grove's only up 28-14. Are you serious?
Boonville is wearing a possible.
So I'm not shy of more possible than last year. Possible's been good in practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Apparently, Craig Grove had to score right before halftime. Maybe 28-14.
Really?
There's something about going over that place and playing.
It's just like the death trap.
My senior year, we went over there and we were easily 4 touchdowns better than we beat them by 4 freaking points. And they watered their field down. You know how it is over there.
Oh, yeah.
In between the hashes, there's no grass.
I saw Tommy Tyson.
Yeah. And it was Ken Garner who was the coach there, right?
Yeah.
He watered down the middle of that field.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because we were really fast and they were big. Yeah, I was telling Kaiser earlier, I had to throw like we had like 12, and I threw like a 50-yard pass down the field and we scored 2 plays later. It was insane.
I was told Huntsville used to be really good.
When my brothers were in high school, they were very good at everything.
So, like, the teams in the conference just have their years.
Yes, man.
And I heard even Gentry had a year. Years.
90 in the 90s, Gentry was pretty good. They did.
I wonder if Gravette football's going to take it to because next year, my senior class next year isn't that good.
Do I know?
Or my senior class isn't that good.
And thank you to our best friend Gravette and our chapter of Black Future for working on second tonight.
That's all.
All right, welcome back, Lions fans. We are fixing to start the second half here in Gravette. If you are just tuning in with us, Gravette holds a 34-0 lead over the Lincoln Wolves. Gravette kicked off to start the game, so they will receive the football, I believe, to start the second half. Now, if you haven't been with us, Austin O'Brien has accounted for 4 touchdown runs tonight, 47-yarder, 7-yarder, 29-yarder, and a 41-yarder. Tajay White has ran the ball effectively as well. Passing really hasn't been much of a need for it tonight. Gravette has taken some shots, simply just kind of work on timing and stuff. But nonetheless, we do hold a 34-0 lead. And it'll be interesting to see what Coach Harrelson comes out with here in the second half with that big of a lead. Maybe the first string offense sees one more possession, just to kind of just work on a few things, maybe just assignments and stuff like that. And we'll see how it goes.
Well, something on the sidelines we notice right now. Senior Nathan Gruber, Dylan Gruber's brother, was taking snaps with Tajay White. Might see him go in there on offense. Senior, why not, up 34-0. And I have heard that he can play. Did not play last year. Played sophomore year though.
So Gravette will receive the second half kickoff. First time Lincoln will have kicked the football off tonight, so we don't necessarily know what they're going to do, if they will kick it deep or will it be short.
Would not be surprised to see an onside kick. Surprise one.
Logan Rachel is your deep man. Bagley and Ballard the up men. And it's going to be a high short kick.
Darren Craven, then he must play the ball.
Cravens is going to mishandle it, but he's going to quickly jump back on it. So Gravette will take over first in the second half from their own 35-yard line.
And Nathan Gruber will be going out there for offensive line. He plays center. It looks like it's about the same offensive line besides Nathan Gruber.
So Gruber replacing Stelting from that center spot in the second half.
And Tristan Flournoy once again at tight end at the bottom of your screen, number 15.
So he is now in that wide receiver, the true wide receiver spot. O'Brien and Mormon. He's going to motion, that is Cravens from left to right, hand it to Cravens on a sweep. Cravens trying to get to the outside, but he's going to be upended.
There's a good seal-off block right there by Brady Morgan.
So call it a gain of about 5 for the Lions. White comes out in a pistol strong set. It's going to be a snap to the left, handed off to O'Brien. O'Brien making some cuts. He's going to be in another foot race.
He's gone.
He's going to get in for his 5th touchdown of the night. That time, 61 yards for his 5th touchdown of the night. And that will put the mercy rule in effect here for the Lions. 11 minutes and 11 seconds. For those of you that were making a wish for this to be a mercy rule, there it is.
And 5 touchdowns,
5 touchdowns tonight for O'Brien. That probably puts him over the 200-yard mark if you account for everything else he's done in between those touchdown runs.
He actually accounted for over 200 last week, all purpose. And he's having a really good season. Offensive line's having a great season, too. Even in the Bluefield game when they got a little bit handled it, Austin O'Brien still ran for, I think, about 80-something yards. And
so Childress does not attempt the PAT that time.
that is Offenbottom
who handled the duties while Childress was hurt, going in there missing wide right. Offenbottom is a foreign exchange student from where?
And if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you don't like to hear that. Wide right. As I am.
Where did you say Offenbottom was from?
I believe he's from Switzerland.
From Switzerland, okay.
There's another foreign exchange student on this team that, if he goes out, I may not be able to pronounce it.
Okay.
I'm just going to say his first name.
So Gravette scores in 2 plays. They now hold a 42-0 lead over the Wolves.
And Austin brought the kickoff as well. Austin brought 10. I think he told me his mother corrected me. Austin brought 10.
So I'm sure that will be O'Brien's night. Sure he will be done for the rest of the night.
If I was him, I would want to keep playing, but
5 touchdowns isn't too shabby.
and Seth Spencer looking like he doesn't know where to line up at, but he gets there anyway. And the kickoff is off. Austin Broughton
He'll be taking about the 10. Got into that one. Now he's chasing him down.
almost makes the tackle, and Brown gets the. Brown, is it right? Heard his name a lot tonight.
Brown is the returner there. He's been returning a lot of kicks for the Wolves tonight.
Probably where all their yardage is coming from.
That was number 7 of the night for him. Excuse me, 8 if you count the opening kickoff.
Kickoff return out to the 28-yard line where Lincoln will take over.
So Gravette's going to run their first team defense back out there.
Might be the last possession for them as well.
I would assume each first team will see 1 possession and then their night will be done.
Unless Coach Harrelson just really wants to put it to him.
Lloyd's going to hand the ball off to Anderson this time. Anderson going to find some room around there to the short side of the field. He's going to pick up about 5.
I'm trying to look on the sidelines for indication of any starters kneeling or so. And there's some offensive linemen on the side, but that could not mean anything.
So Lincoln's going to keep playing. Lloyd taking the snap, looking to throw. He's got a man sitting across the middle.
That'll be enough for first down.
He's going to catch the ball at about the 41. It's number 13. That's Phelan on the reception for the Wolves.
And a little something quick. If you want to know how much Coach Harrelson cares about his football team, Aaron Salmon today was late, 5 minutes late to class, and he is inactive today because of that reason. A guy who does see varsity.
Lloyd looking to throw once again. Good strong throw over there. Umberson trying to come back to the football and couldn't get it.
He did not catch that, but that was a bullet. That right there, he showed his arm strength.
Yep, Lloyd ran back and throwing the football.
A 2nd and 10 on the 41 of the Lincoln. Lloyd back in the shotgun. 3 to the bottom of the screen. And he hands it off to number 7 up the middle, and he gets stuffed at the line.
Anderson takes that second down play and gets a loss of 1. That's Hunter Grimes there on the tackle. We called his name a lot tonight.
Colton Grimes.
Excuse me. Colton Grimes. Just going to say Grimes.
Just going to say Grimes, yeah.
All right. So 3rd and 11 now for the Wolves at the 40-yard line. Lloyd's got twins to each side.
And 3 defensive linemen down. Well, only 2 down.
So now there's going to be a penalty. Not necessarily sure what it is.
Looks like illegal formation, maybe.
False start on the Wolves, so back them up 5 yards.
It's good to see the penalties not being on us tonight. It's good them getting the false starts tonight.
So 3rd and 16 now for the Wolves.
And Gunnar Berger out of uniform and looks like he got some crutches. Ice on his knee.
Lloyd looking to throw a screen pass. He's connected with Umberson. Umberson's going to complete it. Still fighting forward. He's going to fall about a yard short, though, of a first down.
Now bring up 4th down. About 2 yards.
It's 4th down.
Big story right now with Gunnar Berger on the sidelines with ice on his knee and a couple crutches. Maybe just a precautionary to make sure, but he is a key starter on the defense.
Nice. So 4th and 2 now for the Wolves. They're going to line up and go for it. Lloyd is going to look to throw. Got it. Oh, it's picked off. That's Teichman. He's been reading his eyes all night. Great job by Teichman. Teichman with 2 pass deflections tonight, just reading the quarterback's eyes. Great job right there by Teichman.
It was just a matter of time until he got one.
So after that interception, Gravette will take over with 7:28 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And it looks like maybe the skill positions will stay out there, but the offensive line, I think, has been fully exchanged. Cannot completely tell. Not all of them. Barker, or number 71.
White's going to run back out there at QB, though.
And that's Josh Dodds, a sophomore and a running back.
He's going to open up, hand it off to Dodds. Dodds trying to lower his shoulder and shake free of a tackler, but he's going to be drugged down out of bounds.
I would say that was a little bit of a late hit at the end, but
it's forward progress, though, was stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1.
he showed a little bit of quickness, even though it was a loss of yardage. Or was that Dylan Hendricks in the backfield? I cannot tell. No, that was Josh Dodge, I believe. Yes, it's Josh Dodge. 80 and 30 are a little hard to tell sometimes.
So 2nd and 11 now. Continuous clock with the 40-point lead. Craven's going to motion from right to left. It's a high snap, so White's just going to have to do what he can. He's going to make a cut and fall forward.
About 7 yards on the pickup. Make it 3rd and about 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
So snap there, kind of disrupting the play. White smartly taking the football down, getting what he can.
And it's a mix of starters and backups on the offense right now. Derek Cravens is a normal. He's not a starter per se, but he's a constant. He plays a lot. And Cravens is the one who will get the football, and he's going to break a tackle. And he goes to the outside, but there's a flag.
There is a flag down. It's going to be.
He's got to score.
It's going to be for an illegal motion. There were 2 men in motion, so it is going to come back. That right there is kind of on the quarterback. He didn't necessarily check. Now there's still tough learning points here for Tajay. It's his first year as a starter. The man in the slot over there was not set, and he had sent Cravens in motion, so illegal motion is going to bring that back.
So, big play by Derek Cravens, though.
Illegal shift gets the offense. 5-yard penalty for
So,
35.
fans, be sure and check out Briley's Bouquets. They're located at 421 West Centerton Boulevard in Centerton. Call 479-224-4662. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Not only do they have fresh flowers, but they also make custom wreaths, have an assortment of home decor, and even a small selection of jewelry. They offer a dozen red roses wrapped for $19.99, and that is carry-out only. So Gravette, after the illegal shift penalty, back it up 5. The snap is going to go way over Tajay White's head. And they're just going to fall on it smartly. So Gravette's punt team is going to run out there for the second time tonight. First time in the first half.
And Nathan Griefer on the I would say overthrown snap. Is that, I don't know if you'd say that. Snap went over his head.
Snap went over his head. There you go.
And the punt team will come out second time all night. Chris does something else besides regular kicking.
I believe it was the first possession, actually, of the first half where Gravette had to punt it away.
3 it out.
So it's a good clean snap, and Childress gets a high end-over-end kick. Umberson's going to peter it for the Lincoln Wolves, but it's going to take a good Gravette bounce inside the 20 and down to about the 15-yard line.
Childress punt down to about the 16-yard line.
There is a flag on the play. Way down there.
Looks like we'll just be backing up to Lincoln offense.
So awaiting the penalty, Biltwell Construction is a proud sponsor of the live stream. Located in Hiawassee, Biltwell Construction has been a longtime supporter of Gravette Public Schools and Gravette High School athletics. Ryan Letterman and GHSTV thank them for their support of this production.
And that penalty, I think, was a sideline penalty. We backed them up about 10 yards.
So it is a sideline infraction this time.
5 yards.
5-yard penalty. They have already been warned once.
Put about the 10-yard line.
So Lloyd looking to throw another slant route, another quick one.
Great catch for number 13.
Hunter Phelan, the recipient of that pass.
Kind of contorted his body a little bit, the gap shot.
Second down.
Second down and 3 to go.
And it's still the starting, well, kind of starting defense in.
So Lloyd looking to throw once again, trying to set up a screen. He's got it set up. Mason Dagley
Back there to stop it.
Pass complete to Anderson. Initial contact made by Mason Dagley.
So great job by Dagley right there. Staying at home, staying disciplined. Third down coming up for the Wolves. That was a loss of 5 on that screen pass.
Tristan Florida at the top of the screen corner. I think it was his first defensive playing time of the year.
Lloyd looking to throw again. He's being pursued. He's just going to try to chunk it over the head of Anderson. It will go out of bounds, and that will bring up a 4th down.
Pass falls in. And brings up 4th down for the Wolves.
In case you're wondering, this is still the Lincoln Varsity offense. Kind of. Quarterback's still out there. Running back was the starter. Looks like most of their skill guys are still out there, but I think the offensive line has changed.
So Lloyd will go back in punt formation. It's kind of a high snap, and he's going to dodge the defender. Good job by Lloyd using his athleticism. Cravens is going to pick it up off the bounce.
He's going to get stuck.
Still at about the 50. So if you're looking for a place to store your boat during the winter, or maybe you are in between moves and your furniture won't fit in your current home or apartment, then give Alumni Mini Storage a call. Alumni Mini Storage has 2 locations that each include concrete and outdoor lighting. Call 479-855-2505 or visit them on the web at alumnistorage.com.
Sideline against Gravette.
And now a sideline penalty against Gravette. I don't know what for.
It's got to be line judges running into somebody on the sideline. So sometimes that happens. The referee doesn't realize where he's at, and he's running in the player's box or the coach's box, and it is what it is. Part of the game.
Good field position for the Lions, but Tyler White and Colton Grimes, the only 2 starters remain, I think.
White going to come out and run a sweep. A little miscommunication there, as if it was supposed to be a sweep or a direct handoff.
Loss of 3 on the carry.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Clock under 2 minutes now in the 3rd quarter. So White letting that play clock roll down. There's going to be a flag on the play. Not really sure what this is going to be. A false start on Gravette.
So they're the false start. Now we're about second about 18.
And so 2nd and 18 now. Minute 21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. He said it is a continuous clock. It does stop on change of possession and timeout still. Other than that, it does roll.
And as you can tell, the 3rd quarter has gone by fairly quickly.
Very long first half.
Very long first half.
Because Lincoln likes to throw the football. White again going to take snap, hand it off. That's number 80, I believe. Still fighting his way forward.
Got a 4 or 5 yard pickup. Gonna bring up 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13.
Dodge on the carry.
That was Dodge on the carry for the Lions.
A lot of guys you're seeing out there will be the starters next year. It's going to be a short look, a little bit of a look at possibly the Gravette Lions next year. We got a full look. Brandon Ballard's still out there as well.
White's going to take the snap. They're going to run a trap play with Grimes. Grimes going to try to keep his feet moving. He's still keeping his feet moving. He's eventually going to go down after a gain of about 4.
And it's going to be a 4th down. Probably that'll be early in the 3rd quarter.
About 6.
So after Grimes' carry of gain of 5, it's going to be end of the 3rd quarter. Gravette 40, Lincoln 0. At this time, Patton Electric is proud to help bring you the broadcast of Gravette Lions football. No job is too big for Patton Electric, and they specialize in both commercial and residential work. Call owner and master electrician Joshua Patton at 949-485-9290 for any and all your electrical needs.
As a reminder, the Gravette Line Marching Band will be performing following tonight's game.
And while we're still at break, James Scantlin, realtor and Coldwell banker, Harris McCaney and Fawcett, is a proud Lion letterman himself, a member of the GHS class of 2000, and wants to be your real estate agent. James brings experience and familiarity in helping you find your new home or land. Call James today at 479-644-4495. So Gravette's going to bring the punt team out here to start the 4th quarter. Childress will be your punter. Once again, it is a 42-0 lead in favor of Gravette.
Good snap, and Childress will punt it away. Kind of a line drop kick, but
Came
they'll
after
take
it.
a Lion bounce.
Came after it there that time. Lincoln did with nobody back.
That'll be down about the 8-yard line.
O'Brien's going to down it at the 8, and Lincoln's offense is going to run out there with 11:50 remaining in the game.
And Lloyd continues to come out.
So Lloyd has twins to each side. Look for them to throw the football some more, but they're going to hand it off this time. Good move by the running back.
Very good move. Derek Craven's trying to catch him, and he will at the end.
That's number 16 for the Wolves.
There's a flag on the play. After the play, it looked like.
Lee on the carry, not necessarily sure what was going on. Maybe a late hit somewhere. Cravens didn't pull him to the ground,
So he stopped when he got out of bounds. We're lucky that out of bounds is right there, probably. And it looks like it is on Lincoln.
so it will be a late hit on the offense.
That negates.
It will be a first down.
It will be a first down.
15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So what would have been a
Probably about a 20,
38-yard game or so is going to be about
more than what I said.
a little over 20. So 1st and 10 now for Lincoln at the 23. Lloyd's going to take the snap, hand it back off to Lee again. Lee looking to get to the outside. He's going to get a gain of about 2 this time.
I'll tell you what, if you, there is another Forrest J student, I can't pronounce his last name, but I know his first name is Aaron.
There you go.
So that's what we're going to call him tonight. I know he really wanted to play tonight. He was looking forward to it.
So now 2nd and 8 for the Wolves.
And Chris Childress still out there at safety.
Childress has missed the last 2 weeks, so maybe just possibly getting him into better game shape right now for what's to come down the road. Going to hand it off again to Lee. Lee is going to pick up about 3 yards.
The Gravette bench got pretty excited because I think Josh Dodson the tackle, and they got pretty excited. I believe that's what they got excited for.
So 3rd and 2 now coming up for the Wolves.
Now Chris Childress is out of the game.
10 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
Daniel Huntsman is playing safety. Normally plays linebacker.
So Lloyd is going to take snap. He's going to hand it off to Lee again. This time he's going to get nowhere.
They have done that a lot tonight.
For a loss
of about 3 or 4 yards.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lee would just run for it here. Why not? Derek Cravens will go back to return though.
So 4th down here. Let's see what Lincoln decides to do. I imagine they will punt. Lloyd is going to be back deeper than he normally is.
Watch the fake.
So Lloyd is going to punt it away. Craven's back deep. He's going to signal for a fair catch at the 36-yard line.
I don't think he noticed how much space he actually had. But anyway, Gravette offense comes right down on the field.
So it was a little different look tonight, seeing the Gravette Lions in the white pants.
It is.
It's something you don't see all the time.
Nope.
Normally go with that orange pant or the black when they're on the road.
Yep. The white pants are a rare occasion for them.
Very rare. So it's nice to kind of spice things up a little bit. There's not many things that look better than white in any type of uniform, in my opinion.
My opinion, white looks very clean. And I hope they wear the white out next week. That's what I'm hoping for.
So White's going to stay in the ball game. He's going to turn and he's going to hand it off to Dodge. He's making a couple of cuts. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 3. Clock at 8:40.
And there's a pretty nice cut there by the sophomore. The outside wasn't there. He jump cut inside. Got what he could. Tajay White's still a quarterback. I'm surprised we haven't seen Mason Dagney go in. That is the backup quarterback for not counting Austin O'Brien.
You say that and he just gets his name hollered. So White being patient here, letting everybody get set up. He's going to take snap. He's going to hand it off to Dodge again. Dodge gaining some ground. He's going to pick up about 3 more yards this time. Now Mason Dagley is going to check in at quarterback for Tajay White.
You must have heard what I said.
So 3rd and 4 for the Lions.
Mason Dagley's done an outstanding job at linebacker, filling in for Gunnar Berger tonight.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see what Gunner's status is going forward. We hope for the best.
It is a little nice that Mason does have some varsity experience.
So Dagley in at QB is going to hand it off to Dodge. Dodge almost breaking forward to get the 1st down, but he is going to be stopped short again. And I believe Coach Harrelson is just going to let the offense stay out there and see if they can pick up a 1st down.
And it looks like they will do that.
Clock rolling, 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the game.
Once again, Mason Dagley alone in the backfield. And he'll hit it off to Dylan Hendricks. He'll go around the outside, but he is hit well behind the line of scrimmage. A missed block up front.
So that play right there will result in a turnover on downs.
Looks like the outside was set, but safety exploded the middle, made the play on the ball.
Sophie's Boutique, located on Main Street in Gravette, is proud to be a part of the Lion Letterman and GHSTV broadcast. Sophie's offers a unique shopping experience in downtown and carries apparel, accessories, candles and scents, and much more. Stop by the store at 115 Main Street Southeast or call 344-6080 for information regarding hours of operation. So 6:23 now in the game. Lincoln takes back over on the 40. Lloyd's going to hand it off to Anderson, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's not the full varsity for Lincoln, but I mean, they still got some guys out there. Lloyd is arguably their best offensive player. And the second string defense is doing a fantastic job.
Third man on the 30 for Lincoln, tackle made by Dakota Lemons and Bo Hamilton.
So Hamilton and Lemons on the tackle there for the Lions.
Hamilton, a starter on the offensive line.
So Lloyd coming out of shotgun. You've got trips to the bottom of your screen. He's letting that play clock melt down as well. This time he's going to hand it off to Lee. Lee trying to get to the outside. Steps out of bounds at about the 31. That's going to be awfully close to a first down.
And number 16, I don't think he was in a starter all night, but he's pretty quick. He's gotten some nice carries.
That is Yu Lee.
Yu Lee. He's quick. He made a big play in the third quarter that got called back. I believe it is fourth quarter. It's fourth quarter.
So clock now under 5 minutes in the game. Third and about 2 for Lincoln on the Gravette 34-yard line. That's Lee in the backfield with him. Lloyd's going to give it once again to Lee. Lee's going to have enough for the first down. Dodge bringing him down.
And his quickness split 2 defenders on the play.
During this pause between plays, Grand Savings Bank is Extreme Banking in Est. Have you downloaded our new and improved mobile banking app? It's available now on iPhone and Android. It includes new features like voice prompt commands and multiple login options. Stop by any of our locations or call us for more information. Grand Savings Bank, member FDIC, has a location soon coming to Gravette.
This is the opportunity for players on both sides of the ball to make their names known tonight.
We're going to hand it off to Lee. This time he is going to get stuffed.
And I'm going to give the assistant tackle to Aaron. He looks like the first guy that met him.
So as this game is winding down, we want to make sure we get our last sponsor in there. Tough Coat in Bentonville has been a sponsor of Lion Letterman for 3 football seasons. Tough Coat specializes in bullet spray, in bed liners, and custom tumblers. Seth, the owner of Lion Letterman, owns several great Yeti products purchased at Tough Coat, as well as the bullet spray and liner of his Silverado pickup truck. Give Jeff a call at Tough Coat 479-715-6039 or visit them on the web at toughcoatbentonville.com.
And Lloyd will hand it off to number 16 again, and he makes another good play.
So Lee going to be on the run there for about 8 yards this time, bring up third down for the Wolves.
And that was a tackle by Offenbach.
Tackle made by number 7, Florian Offenbach for the line.
Two minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Lincoln is just letting the clock tick down. Lloyd's still in at quarterback.
Lloyd this time going to open up and throw. High pass, incomplete.
I wouldn't say it's such overthrown. It didn't go right through the wide receiver's hands.
Pass is incomplete.
That was Dawson Calico, the intended receiver. So 4th down and 2.
Kind of a dart through his hands there.
Clock still rolling.
I think it was in the Varsity rule. It might still be in the third quarter. As they do love to pass the ball, or as it seems to did tonight. Or they had to tonight.
So now clock hasn't ran out, but let's talk about next week for a little bit. Going to Prairie Grove, defending conference champion, 2 years running for sure, to my knowledge, maybe 3.
State semifinalists.
State finalists, state semifinalist appearance in the last 2 years. Have beat a lot of very good teams, with very good programs in years past. How does Gravette prepare after a game like this where you come in and you do to the opponent what you're supposed to do, but then you can kind of say, I got Goliath next week? What kind of mindset has to go through from film session tomorrow, you watch the film and see what went right, and then you move on? They got to say, well, we just won maybe 40-0, and they did exactly what they're supposed to do. Everyone else in the conference do what they're supposed to do. Gravette is too. I mean, well, that was a touchdown scored by Lincoln on the play, so it's not going to be 40-0. But a big win here for Gravette. They gotta carry the momentum into practice. They gotta stay motivated. They blew them out tonight. Could have done a lot worse. It's just they put the starters in still. I mean, they have some momentum going into next week. They have 2 straight wins, 2 big wins. I mean, if you count 26-7 as a big win, I do. And you count 40-7, 40-6, whatever they want to do. It's a big win. You gotta keep that rolling, keep that momentum rolling. Sure, Prairie Grove has beaten some really good teams. They beat Farmington. I believe they've beat Huntsville tonight. If not, I'll be shocked. But they're playing a good team. Gravette's a good football team. Prairie Grove is a good football team. They just got to know that they can stick with them. It's not like they're that outmatched. You know, they gotta keep their heads up. If they think they can win, they give themselves a shot. You can't go in there thinking you're gonna lose, because you will. They gotta have the mind. Like this week, the whole week, they all said we're gonna beat their butts in different words. You gotta be like that. Some people say it's overconfident, but I mean, it's better to be overconfident than think you're gonna lose the game. You know, I believe overconfidence is good. I know you can lose on it, but we go to Prairie Grove, we need confidence. Last year when we went into it, some starters had their doubts, and it showed on the field as well. You can't, when you're playing a team like Prairie Grove, you got to go in there thinking you can beat them. If you don't, you will lose. That's all I can say. Mentally, you got to be there mentally. I believe they're talent-wise. They got to be there mentally.
So the point after attempt was good by Lincoln. After the kick was away, a Gravette defender had been airborne and ran into the kicker, so Lincoln will get an additional 15 yards on their kickoff attempt here. But much like you said, you're going into Prairie Grove tomorrow, and you said they have to be prepared mentally. You're going to go into an environment that's going to be loud. They're going to be playing against a team that's going to be well prepared, and a team that's what's known for. Prairie Grove is known for being very tough, very physical. And every year I can remember they have always played physical. Their presence, the way they carry themselves. And then the next week, you go against the Pea Ridge team, who obviously has that same type of moxie. A bunch of people are saying preseason that those two teams are going to be competing for the 4A title, but give or take, there's other teams that you can throw in the mix. You can throw in a Shiloh, you can throw in a Gravette, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. There's still a lot of football left, and Mason Dagley's going to take the kickoff, making a few cuts, few moves, and he's finally going to go down at about the 31. And so look for Gravette to just get in victory formation probably here and nail the football. Maybe run a couple of plays. Maybe one play. But next week, as soon as this clock hits 0 and the boys watch film tomorrow, the focus is going to shift to the Prairie Grove Tigers.
They got to watch a lot of film. So you have to prepare. Be prepared for it.
Be prepared. Get everybody healthy. Hopefully.
I say, because, you know, most people are going to be saying that Gravette's probably, most people will say Gravette's going to lose badly, probably. I say, keep that as motivation, just.
So final play of the game is going to be a handoff to Dodge. He's going to pick up about 5 yards, and that clock is now at 15 seconds. So Gravette is going to open up conference play with a 40-7 victory over the Lincoln Wolves. Like we've been talking about for the past, seems like 5 minutes, maybe longer. We're going to travel to Prairie Grove next week. Next 2 weeks, Gravette is on the road. So, and as always, we'd like for you to be there. But if you can't, we will be back.
And one thing, if you can't remember what happened last year, it was 14-0 at halftime.
It was a very close game.
And if the offense shows up and defense can play like they have been, you never know. Who knows? I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as people think. I think Gravette has a good chance. Honestly, I really do think they have a shot. And they got to go in the game thinking they do. They got to go in the game thinking that they should win.
Exactly. So they say Gravette now sits at 2-2, 1-0 in conference. Next week, hard to believe, it will be halfway through the season. And travel to Prairie Grove. Like we said, if you cannot be there, you can always join us here, live stream via Lion Letterman GHSTV. So for Ethan McKenzie and John Kaiser, we will see you next week.